funny that you bring up McKay Cannon because he is with us now in Studio B. McKay, welcome to BYU Sports
Look who's
Nation.
eligible.
Thank you.
Yeah, I joked with you pregame, look who's eligible. Not knowing how much you'd play or whatever. What was yesterday like for you?
It was crazy, honestly. Just the whole experience, driving to the arena first off for shoot around, not knowing what was going to happen.
No, explain that because you can't go with
You couldn't get on the bus.
in a road game, right?
Could not get on the bus, so yep. I mean, it was crazy. Just the whole day, like I said, I was expecting a call from BYU compliance on the decision, and the decision came later than I thought. So I was stressing. I was like, back and forth. It's probably not going to happen, but in the back of my mind, maybe, you never know. So it was nice to receive that phone call and know that I was cleared, and then that's just when the day started, and we all know what happened after.
The heart palpitations, I'm sure, were insane when that phone call came.
Oh, so intense. My heart was just beating. It was crazy.
So you weren't expecting to be eligible per se because you played 2 years at Weber State. You transferred to BYU. Typically, you sit out a year.
Correct, yeah.
But they decided otherwise. Do we know why they decided otherwise?
I mean, luckily, we've had good relationships between BYU and Weber State. So, I mean, a lot of the stuff is somewhat confidential. But more than anything, BYU is a better place for me, my family, and my wife. And it's just something that I wanted. And it worked out. So I was grateful for both sides for making it work.
We give the NCAA a bad rap for a lot of reasons, most of which are valid. But in this case, they were understanding of a situation.
Shout out to the NCAA.
Yep.
McKay Cannon of BYU basketball with us. So when you look at a clock and it says 3:20 for the rest of your life, that will carry a significant meaning, will it not?
Oh, it will. I'll always remember 320, my new lucky number.
Who told you?
Chad G. William.
Yeah, and so you're on the phone with him. He tells you, okay. So once he says, hey, you're good to go, what's the thought process at that point between, okay, sweet, and we have a game tonight? It's not like you had a game in a couple days. You had a game tonight.
The first thing was I needed to get my jersey. I didn't have a jersey. I needed some tights. I needed socks. I needed everything to get ready. And so luckily we got a good bushes on top of things and helped us out, the equipment manager.
How much were you expecting to play?
I was expecting an opportunity, honestly. I was hoping, and I knew if I made the most of it, I'd get some time. So that's what happened.
I saw you before the game, and I did a Periscope, and I said, look who's eligible. And then little did we know you'd come into the game and you'd have the game you'd have. Let's start with this. When you first get asked by Coach Rose to check in, what's that moment like for you? What are you feeling in that moment? And then when you go on the court?
I mean, I think I had got in with 5 minutes left in the first half, so I had a lot of time just to relax and watch the game and process what Utah Valley was doing to us and what we were doing well to them. And so just preparing myself mentally and going out there and getting ready to go.
How would you explain yourself as a player and a competitor? I talked briefly with you after the game last night about this, but we have some more time now. So how would you explain yourself as a competitor and player?
I mean, I'm someone that just loves basketball. I love going out there and competing, and it makes it so easy having my teammates. I've loved them. They've given me every opportunity. They've built my confidence up. They had no reason to 6 months ago walk on transfer from Weber State, but they built me up, and so I just love competing with them. It's awesome, and I'm a pretty fiery guy. Believe it or not, you wouldn't know that, but when I get on the court, it's just something. I'm fired. I just want to do what's best for the team.
Oh, we saw it last night.
Yeah, there was some fun conversation on the court. It was fun to watch. Your first shot as a Cougar is at the end of the shot clock from 3, and it goes in. What was that moment like for you?
It was pretty surreal, honestly. I mean, my first shot as a BYU Cougar, and it went in, and the shot clock was going down, like you said, and I just put it up, and it felt good.
At half court, you had this primal scream. I felt like you let out a lot of tension, and after you made that, yeah, and we're watching it right now. You were excited. There was a lot of energy in that moment.
Yeah, a lot of energy. I mean, these last 2-3 weeks, just hearing back and forth from the NCAAs, it's kind of taken a toll on me mentally, just not knowing what the future was. And once I was cleared and able to play, and the moment I hit that 3, it was just like, wow, this is real, and I was just grateful.
Where does yesterday rank on best days of your life?
I mean, I got to put my wedding day up top, right, with my wife.
By default, yes.
Yeah, that's besides that. Just kidding.
No, it was probably my second best day then.
Awesome.
25 assists for this team. The team offense was incredible. You had a team-high 6 assists. What went so well offensively?
I think everyone just did what they're good at. Honestly, no one was trying to go out of their norm, and that's what makes us special. When everyone does what they're good at, the ball gets moving, and like you guys said, it was something beautiful to watch. It was really fun to be a part of, and when that ball gets moving, we're tough to guard. A lot of threats.
You are the all-time leading scorer at the infamous Shelley Russett High School basketball program.
It's infamous?
Yes, it's infamous. The Shelley Russets. For those that aren't familiar with who and what the Shelley Russets are, can you give us a brief history of what that's all about?
I mean, located in Shelley, Idaho, near Idaho Falls, for those who have any sort of knowledge of that. We're a 3A school. I graduated, a class probably 200 people, and small town, probably 5,000 people. And I mean, I love where I'm from. People are awesome. They're genuine people, and they're definitely supporting me.
The mean potatoes, man.
Did you ever play Highland in Pocatello?
We actually didn't.
Never? Okay. That was a terrible question. I apologize.
Oh, you're good.
You're trying to make the
know.
Taysom Hill reference, right?
I was trying to make a Taysom Hill reference.
Yeah.
You've been the scout squad kind of best perimeter player because you weren't going to be playing in the games. You're not going to be doing that anymore, probably, right?
Yeah.
A different role. So what kind of role, and you asked this last night, but for those who missed, what kind of role do you perceive you have on this team?
I mean, I really don't know. I'm hoping to just, whenever the coaches put me in, that I make the most of it. Like I said before, we have a lot of great players, so whoever the coaches throw out there, I think good things will happen. And different nights, different people are going to get in.
There's a lot of point guards on this team instantly. Joshua Hardnett's in the starting lineup, TJ Haas. And when you come in, you're the point. So what dynamic does that play on the guard line, having shooters all over the place with you bringing it up?
Yeah, I think one thing that helps the team when I'm out there is that TJ can slide over to the 2, and he doesn't have to worry about bringing it up. He can focus more on scoring, and my job is to get him open shots. So I think that's beneficial for him.
I take it that you prefer to have the basketball in your hands.
I'll take it, yeah.
What's the Jerem loves to ask this question, and I think it's always fun after a big night. What's the best text message you received last night?
Man, I received a bunch of them. I think just all the support overall was just incredible. I mean, teammates from Weber, that was big time just to know that they're supporting me and I'm supporting them, and so that was important for me to hear from them.
Were you teammates with Joel Bolenboy?
I was, yep.
Yeah. Hopefully he sent you a text. If not, don't bring it up. Do you have a nickname? Because Cannon is pretty easy for the nicknames there.
Cannon, yeah, I think that's the only nickname. We'll see what you guys got, but as of now, Cannon.
Greg Bell was saying another cannon blast when you make a 3. Yeah. I joked that the UCCU Center was renamed the Cannon Center. That's a bad one, you're right. No nicknames? I'm shocked you don't have any nicknames. Or you're just not telling us, maybe. Is that the case?
I guess I'm not telling you.
You gotta keep some stuff close to the vest,
yeah,
right?
You can't reveal everything.
You
after
save
game
some
1.
stuff for later interviews. Yeah. McKay Cannon of BYU basketball with us. You were declared eligible just in time for like this statewide tour for BYU basketball with games against Utah Valley, of course, approaching Utah State, Utah to come, and of course Weber State as well on the schedule. What are you anticipating when you match up with your old teammates at Weber State?
It's going to be weird, honestly, but it's something I'm excited for. It'll be fun just to see them and be able to compete against them, and obviously do my best to get this win for the team.
How about the matchup with Utah State, being a guy from Shelley? A couple hours away, I imagine there'll be some family and friends at the game in Logan.
No doubt. I have a lot of family that will be able to make the drive, and a lot of support from Shelley, as we talked about before, and so it'll be awesome.
Now, when you made one of your three-pointers last night, I saw you mouth the words, "That was for you." Next time you make a three-pointer, I want you to look in the camera and do it for us. Okay, right. That was for you, BYU Sports Nation.
I think there was more vitriol in that moment.
I loved it. I loved it, McKay. I loved it so much. Yeah. We need that competitor on the court.
It was a good night.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Since you're new to the program, this is how it works. When you come on the show, we give you something called BYU Sports Nation Karma, and in any way, it just allows you to play freely and to play at a higher level. We generally have really good players on the program.
Yeah,
so
we have yet to bring on and give it to a sucky player. So that's the goodness. Also, we want your signature on this flag if we can.
Yes.
That'd be all right?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yesterday he's
Supersize Sharpie.
Yesterday he's ineligible. Today he's signing the flag.
Wow.
It's kind of the peak. You know, you go
Yes.
from there to there.
Absolutely.